DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, it's Wednesday. That's hump day. Yeah. And time for a little lunch break vlog. Well, the lunch break is almost over, but slowly walking back home. The other day somebody was talking about, I think it was probably Dave Nicholson was talking about, yeah, it was him, binge watching on Netflix. And I can't remember when that was, but I'd answered back that Mrs. DC was binge watching the series Rain as well. I mean, people do that. I mean, it's all of a sudden you get on something, and that's something that Netflix, and it's probably the I want it now. I can't call it I want it now generation, but we can say I want it now period of time. I mean, it used to be that, yeah, I mean, you would not have been able to buy, let's say, the DVDs or whatever and binge watch. Look at those funny mushrooms. Yeah, I don't think I want to eat those. I mean, it used to be you couldn't get, things like that. Well, you could get the VHSs and so on, but, whole series and so on, it was more difficult. People couldn't binge watch. Then of course all of a sudden came cable and stuff like that, and you'd have reruns. But binge watching like you can do now, with the things like places like Netflix and so on, where really you can sit down and just basically go through a whole series as long as you have the stamina. And of course, I mean, it makes it really easy. I mean, you have to go to the bathroom, you just say pause. Yeah. Do you binge watch a lot? I don't watch that much television. I'm just watching, we had rain yesterday, so it's pretty messy here. So I don't really binge watch on television, but I do binge watch on YouTube. Like if I'm away for a while, and then I'll come back and I'll binge watch, for example, on Dave's stuff or FeckWig, FoodQuig, and go and binge watch people that I've been missing for a while. Yeah, I would say I binge watch there, but it's different. I mean, that's not going to be taking me. It can take me an evening, something like that, to binge watch, but it's not like going to take me a whole day or something like that. How many of you do binge watch, though? I think that it's a new fad as well. There's the advantage with things binge watching, like if you're on a Netflix and so on, is, I mean, you can binge watch without any commercials, which is really, really great. I mean, that is one thing. When we were over in Canada, my kids couldn't get over how many commercials there are when you watch a television show. I mean, we either have them at the end of the shows, and then you have a whole bunch, but then you can go off and do something else. Or like the BBC, you don't have all that many, and so on. And so it's quite different. Nothing is happening. I'm around the circle again. I won't talk about it. I just came over to see if anything was different. There's nothing different. Yeah. Binge watching. I think it's part of, though, really it is part of I want it and I want it now. I mean, it's like when you collect things, binge watching is a bit like collecting. I've noticed, like, if I'm into collecting things, I like to have it, I like to have, the whole thing. Nothing worse than, like, we have football cards here, but I mean, you guys would remember better. I mean, like either baseball cards or hockey cards or whatever, I had Batman cards and stuff like that. But when you got almost a whole series and one is missing, oh my goodness, I mean, we'd go nuts, wouldn't we? And I think that's the same thing going on, I mean, with somebody who's into binge eating, binge watching, binge collecting. I want it all. I really do. Oh, Just being careful here. Yeah. It's one of those things, isn't it? I've coming to wonder, like the way, especially when we age, you think sometimes we should be kind of so to say slow down and be satisfied with a slower pace in life. And finally, these are things that actually bring up the pace. Once you've binge watched something, you want to binge watch something else. So you just kind of go and go and go, and I want more. Goes completely the other way around, doesn't it? Oh well. Anyway, nothing really interesting in a way, but just kind of an attitude and a way of acting, I suppose. Anyway, what do you think? Do you binge watch, or do you binge collect, binge eat, or do all of them? Maybe. Okay, just my little take on this one. Nothing special, but anyway, I hope you all have a great Wednesday and enjoy the rest of the week. Be back later on. Bye. Take care.